One of the most common things patients hear after shoulder surgery is this: that's normal, normal soreness, normal stiffness, normal discomfort after therapy, normal difficulty sleeping, and in many cases that is true. But there is a subtle problem with that word because once something is labeled as normal, most people stop thinking about it. They stop paying attention to it. They assume it no longer requires a decision. And that is where recovery can quietly start to drift. I'm Dr. Dan, an orthopedic surgeon specializing in shoulders. Now, this is where people lose progress. If you don't understand this phase, you can misread what your shoulder is telling you. That's why you need the Shoulder Recovery Guide. Its link is in the description below. The misconception is simple. If it's normal, I don't need to worry about it. That sounds reasonable. You were told to expect certain symptoms. You are experiencing those symptoms, so you assume everything is fine. And to be clear, many of those symptoms are expected, but expected does not mean irrelevant. And it definitely does not mean you can ignore how those symptoms are changing over time. This is where recovery becomes more about interpretation than reassurance. Because the word normal answers one question. It tells you that what you are feeling is not unusual. But it does not answer the more important question: what should I do about it? That is a different problem. And it is the problem most people are left to figure out on their own. This happens between appointments, when no one is watching recovery moment by moment. Your surgeon and PT may be helping, but they are not with you for daily decisions. And those daily decisions are where recovery actually takes shape. Let me give you an example. You go to therapy, the session goes well. You feel like you are making progress, but later that day, your shoulder becomes more sore. You were told that soreness after therapy is normal, so you ignore it. You continue using the arm the same way. You do not adjust anything. At first, that seems like the right choice, but the next day, the soreness is still there. Maybe it is a little worse. Maybe it feels tighter. Now the situation has changed. So the real question becomes, do you ignore the symptom because it's normal, react to it immediately, or observe how it changes over time? That is not a simple decision because each option carries a different outcome. And it is the kind of decision that rarely appears on a printed instruction sheet. It shows up when you are trying to get dressed, when you are reaching for a cup, when you are deciding whether to do one more errand, or when you are wondering if sleeping poorly changed how the shoulder feels that morning. If you ignore it completely, you may miss a pattern that suggests you need to adjust your activity. If you react immediately and shut everything down, you may become overly cautious and slow your progress. If you observe how it changes over time, you may start to understand the difference between expected soreness and something that needs attention, but that requires awareness. And the label normal often reduces that awareness. It can make you skip the step that matters most, comparing today to yesterday, and yesterday to the pattern you have been seeing over the last several days. That comparison is often more useful than the symptom by itself. Here is another example. You wake up in the morning and your shoulder feels stiff. That stiffness was expected. You were told it would happen, so you don't think much about it. You move through your day the same way, but over several days, the stiffness seems to be lingering longer. It takes more time to loosen up. You feel a little more hesitant to move. Maybe you are slower putting on a shirt. Maybe showering takes more planning than it did a few days earlier. Maybe you avoid reaching for a light switch, or getting in and out of a chair feels more guarded. But because it is normal, you keep treating it as background noise. The decision is not simple. Do you continue exactly what you're doing, stop everything, or adjust based on how the pattern is evolving? That is where people often get stuck because they are not ignoring their recovery. They are just not interpreting it. And there is a difference. The problem is not that you were told something is normal. The problem is that you were not given a framework for what to do with that information. No one is really guiding you through this part. You are expected to take general guidance and apply it to very specific, constantly changing situations. And that is not easy because recovery is not static. Symptoms change, responses change, your activity changes, and your decisions need to adjust along with those changes. When they do not, small issues can build. This is where the compensatory cascade starts to show up. Let's say you ignore lingering soreness because it is normal. Over time, you may start moving a little differently to avoid discomfort. You may tighten your neck slightly. You may shift how you reach or lift. You may use your other arm more than you realize. At first, these changes feel minor, but over time, they create new patterns. Your movement becomes less natural. Other areas begin to feel sore. Your shoulder feels less predictable, and your confidence starts to drop. You may begin to wonder whether you should trust the arm at all. You may become anxious before movements that were starting to feel routine. You may hesitate, then force yourself through the movement, then second guess whether forcing it was the wrong decision. That uncertainty can pull you into alternating extremes, doing too much because you are tired of worrying, then doing too little because the shoulder reacted. Not because something catastrophic happened, but because a series of small, unexamined adjustments built on top of each other. This is how recovery drifts quietly, gradually, without one obvious mistake. And emotionally, this can be confusing because you are told everything you are feeling is normal. But your experience does not feel simple. You start wondering, if this is normal, why does it still feel off? That question creates uncertainty, and uncertainty changes behavior. Some people respond by doing more. They push through everything because they assume nothing matters. Other people respond by doing less. They become cautious, hesitant, and unsure about every movement. Both reactions come from the same place, a lack of a clear way to interpret what is happening. Most people do not have a consistent way to judge what this means or what to do next. That is the system gap. You may have instructions, restrictions, exercises, and reassurance that certain symptoms are expected, but those pieces do not always add up to a repeatable daily framework. They do not automatically tell you how to judge a symptom that is normal in category, but changing in intensity, timing, or duration. It is not about knowing whether something is normal. It is about knowing how to respond when it is, because normal does not tell you, is this improving, staying the same, or building? Did it appear after one specific activity or after several small things combined? Is it settling with normal recovery, or is it changing the way you move? Should I adjust? Should I monitor? Should I continue? Should I pause? Those are the decisions that shape recovery, and those decisions happen at home, in the 166-hour void, where you are making choices without real-time guidance. So, if you have been told your symptoms are normal, that is helpful, but it is not complete, because normal does not mean meaningless, and it does not mean you can stop paying attention. It means you need a better way to interpret what those symptoms are doing over time. You are not trying to diagnose yourself from every sensation. You are trying to notice patterns clearly enough that your next decision is not driven by fear, frustration, or false reassurance. That is a much safer way to move through the gray zone between appointments. The shoulder recovery method is a structured way to think through recovery decisions. Think of it as an insurance policy for avoiding mistakes that happen when you are guessing between appointments. Because recovery is not just about knowing what is normal, it is about knowing what to do with that information. And that leads directly into the bigger question many people have during the first several weeks. What should you actually expect, and which parts of the experience are commonly misunderstood? If you want to better understand what normal actually looks like in the early phase of recovery and why it can still feel confusing, watch 5 Truths About Your First 6 Weeks After Shoulder Surgery. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next Thursday.